Sammy, at the Mulwala Water Ski Club. Fantastic venue, isn't it?
It's super down over there, mate. Right on the lake, right alongside it, and Dunk and the crew absolutely do a sterling job. And folks, if you'd like something relaxing, you can sit on the Malibu deck, or of course you can have a great feed. Or, of course, you've got the amber fluid flowing as well. It is just a perfect spot, Bisho, to go and relax and have a birthday.
Oh, yeah, had a birthday last night. Yeah, it was great. Geez, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else, Sammy, to be honest. Looking out over the water and just magnificent. Had a feed. I'll be back there tonight, and I'll check my liver in at the doctor on Monday morning.
Yeah, they certainly look after you, mate.
They did. They looked after me. Peter Duncan, my old mate Dunk there. He does an awesome job.
Yeah.
Other sponsors on board as we're just watching the Cookies Monster run around. A little bit of a pop and a flutter there, Sammy. I'm not sure. Actually, it's interesting, mate. Just look here. Just cast your eye over to your right. Look at the waves coming in. This is what happens at Yarrawonga, mate. These concrete walls, the waves bounce back off. If you watch these waves just coming through in front of our commentary point now, they go back out onto the course. So even on a smooth day at Yarrawonga, you still get this water going back out onto the course and bouncing back.
Yeah, we're just being told by Michaela that that boat is for sale, Cookies Monster.
Wowee. Well, it certainly looks like it's going well, Sam.
Yeah, so if anyone's interested in, to get into speedboat racing, you want to go hydroplaning, well, great little setup, that one, and go and have a talk to Cookie, because, great guy to talk to. And he could do you a super duper deal.
Absolutely, it'd be a ripper little boat for some of those speed bracket classes, the 85s and the 95s and the 105 classes. Be a great boat for that, wouldn't it, Sammy? And you and I work on 10% of the sale price, of course, for the plug. So
well, if we get it sold, we might
do a deal today, and Sammy and Bisho can continue to eat next week.
Yep.
Hey, thanks to more fabulous sponsors as well, Sammy. Sustainable Plumbing and Solar in Cheltenham. Fantastic supporters of Powerboat Racing, so a big shout out to Sustainable Solar and Plumbing. They're in Cheltenham in Melbourne, so if you're down the local area, that'd be Andrew Murphy's local, I reckon. So Murph, get on board Sustainable Solar and Plumbing. Thank you so much for your fabulous support here this weekend, along with the great man, I spoke to him this morning, Lee Kavanagh, Kavanagh Auto Parts.
Kavanagh Autos, yep. Roll it. There's the gator out on the water, mate, Melissa and Calvin McCanch.
And that's Melissa, mate, because we've been told...
The pink stripe.
She puts the pink stripe on. So Melissa out in the boat there, Melissa McCanch in the gator, going out for a warm-up and a practice run this morning. Great to have, a husband-wife combination there driving the boat. How good's that?
Fantastic.
Good to see the family that plays together stays together, Sammy. There's no question about that. We have to thank the Siebel in Yarrawonga as well, mate. They're at 22 to 40 Silverwoods Boulevard in Yarrawonga. Nicole Murphy down there. Get on board with the Siebel. Absolutely beautiful spot. I know you've probably never stayed there, Sam, because you live here. Unless you've had a dirty weekend away or something, mate. Maybe book in. And
what a great spot. What a great spot there, that Silverwoods resort. It's absolutely magnificent. And, of course, to bring Siebel to Yarrawonga, to a town like this, truly terrific. I think it's been open probably about 6 months.
Fantastic.
And, great spot.
Fantastic, mate. I'll be booking in there next time I come and stay. Owen Mohan Funeral Directors out in Shepparton. Tell you what, Melissa McCanch has a go, doesn't she? Out there in practice. And that boat is, what do you call it, Sammy? Tiptoeing?
Tiptoeing, yeah, from sponsor to sponsor. That's what a hydroplane's got to do, mate.
Look fantastic on the water. And you can see the big spray from the inside skid fin there. These hydroplanes have a big dagger board skid fin on the port inside sponson, and that's what throws up that mountain of water when it comes into the corner. You'll see the water just come up from that big skid fin there, Sammy. That's what we love about hydroplanes. They're spectacular.
Yep, you can see it taking over now. See that shot of spray coming out the left hand sponson, out the side. Is that is a rigid fin there, mate. It's not movable, That's what gets them around the corners very, very
Gee, that boat's sitting good, isn't it, Sammy? It's just tiptoeing its way up the front straight there.
She really got the right sponsor up back there, Bichot, so... But
certainly looks light and fast, doesn't it, that boat?
Yep,
It's a beautifully prepared boat, and it's a real credit to the McCann's team. All their boats over the years, they ran a 1.6 litre hydroplane that basically won everything, and it was beautifully turned out as well, and as too is this boat. So Melissa McCann, she'll head back into the pits now, so great to see her out and about. And that boat looking very, very good as well. Babcon Plant Hire, mate. Babcon Plant Hire, 100 Broadway Street in Cobra. Big thank you to those guys. I think they're doing the cranes for us this weekend.
They put the big boats in down the there at the bridge. They do a great job. They always look after us here at our meetings. So thank you very much to Babcon. No job too big, too small. So if you're looking for something like that to maybe put a pool in the backyard or any think of that nature, then of course the people that certainly look after you are Babcon.
Essential Caravan, Sammy, the most beautiful caravans on the road. Fantastic. And they're great supporters here this weekend. They're at 68 to 74 National Boulevard in Campbellfield down there in Melbourne. And the Essential Caravans, if you're in the market for a caravan, you better check them out because they're beautifully put together. Chilton Bakery and Cafe, another wonderful sponsor on board here this weekend, along with Hanson's Construction Materials. They're at Burnley Road in Yarrawonga. Thank you to those guys, along with the Strathmore River Resort as well. So thanks to those guys. BM Civil Engineers, Yarrawonga Marine, also great sponsors on board. The Murray River Hideaway Holiday Park as well, and I've stayed there a couple of times. Really ripper spot, the Murray River Hideaway Holiday Park. And Papalia's Lakeside Restaurant, they are at the Water Ski Club. You can get yourself a nice little pasta or a pizza there, Sammy. And
had one last night, a pizza, mate.
You said it was nice?
Magnificent.
Well, I'll be grabbing one. I went to Chinese last night, so I'll be going to Papalia's tonight. Rainbow Elevators, elevator replacement services, mate. They're another sponsor that are on board this weekend. Along with Lift, Logistics and Transport. Those guys do a great job in supporting here this weekend. Game Traffic Contracting and also the Hub Property Group and Hicks Transport. MSC Signs, Airspace Media, and that's young Andrew here at Airspace Media. He is doing all the drone work for Boris the Boxer Productions and GP Hydro live streaming this weekend. So even if you're here, the live stream will go up and then it'll be recorded and it'll be up there for good. So you can go back tomorrow, next week, watch the racing all over again. So it's fantastic, Sammy. Next boat, just trying to pick up who we've got out there at the moment. Ian Irvin out there, Sammy, at the moment in the Juggernaut, just getting some laps here. It's a beautifully turned out boat as well, mate. I do like the bright colours, Sammy. I'm a big fan of yellow boats.
Yeah,
I've raced a yellow boat for years.
Not too good for us commentators, mate, when you've got 6 white boats.
Oh, terrible, terrible, mate. Yeah, it's very confusing, especially when they're junior boats.
Yeah.
So the juniors are getting better. All their boats are starting to be different colours now, which is good news. So that's Ian Irvin in the Juggernaut boat, just coming back into the pits now. It won't be too long, Sammy, before we get into some racing proper. Hey, Sammy, have you ever got down to the Yarrawonga Farmers and Craft Market on the 4th Sunday of each month?
Yes, have so, mate. Yeah, great markets.
Get down there, have a feed, buy some trash and treasure.
Yeah, there's actually one at the showgrounds today, I think, which, it was a bit...
yeah, don't go to that. We'll stay here.
Coincide. Yeah, of course. And we've got a lot of, smaller market type here on the foreshore this weekend.
And also... on the 3rd to the 10th of July is the Yarrawonga Mowaler Kids Festival. So that's a great event that's coming up here in town. And also the Lake Mowaler Rod Run, and that's the 5th to the 7th of November. So, Scotty just made me a coffee. Thank you, Scotland. Going beautifully here, Sammy. I've been commentating for 6 weeks straight, mate, so if I start to get a bit croaky, sorry, I do apologise, everybody, but you'll probably understand why. We'll keep those fishermen's friends coming into us, mate.
You've got to have them, mate. You've got to have them. I think I've taught you well.
You have, mate. You have. The fisherman friend Sammy got me onto those. When the best in the business does it, you've got to try and emulate them, mate. So that's what I've been doing. We are also live on YouTube. And there you go. Thank you, Scott. He looks after us, doesn't he, Boris the Boxer? He's an absolute legend. GP Hydro live streaming is also live on YouTube, guys and girls. So if you want to jump over to YouTube instead of watching via the Facebook page, either way, you can get on board and listen to Sammy and I and watch the boat racing.
And that's going right around the world, mate, right around the globe.
Hard to believe, isn't it, Sammy? Modern technology.
People in Canada that, I've stayed with, America, New Zealand, wherever, it's full on.
It's absolutely amazing, mate, and it does show the reach. I got 440 odd messages on Facebook yesterday.
Happy birthday?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So how good's that? It's just
who doesn't know you?
Well, there's the time I spent in jail. Of course, there was a lot of people that I met. No, it's only jokes, folks. I haven't actually been to jail. I've never been caught for the things I've done. But no, absolutely awesome, mate. So. Thank you to everybody that sent me messages. If you're all at home watching the live stream, absolutely appreciate it. Can't believe that many people would actually take the time. So thank you so much. Well, conditions look absolutely beautiful, mate. So we might take a quick break, drink our coffees. I suggest everybody else does the same. Plenty of food and drink around the area as well. So make sure you support the local traders here, and also make sure you jump on some of the rides. We've got the carnival rides going on, the Dodgem cars, and all that fun stuff as well for the kids. So there's everything going on here at Yarrawonga this weekend, and we are not too far away from getting into our first race of the day, which will be our 85 mile an hour category. I'm Dave Bishop on behalf of Sammy Smith. I nearly called you Sam Lucas. I don't know why. You called me Storno yesterday.
Yeah, I've been called worse than that, mate.
Sammy Lee's a good kid, so that's all right. On behalf of Sammy Smith and I, we'll be back shortly.
Okay, folks, you're going to hear very shortly one of the biggest boats, or the biggest boat here at the Carnival this weekend, a V12 World War II Spitfire motor. We call them years ago the thunderboats. They are around 30 foot long, about 15 foot across, and as I said, powered by the World War II Spitfire motor. The driver, Mark Healy for Barry Taylor, had a big problem yesterday. He had to take a motor out and put one in late yesterday afternoon, and obviously going to come out onto the water and test it to see everything is A-OK. But these boats, probably back in the 70s, the 80s, there was probably half a dozen of them here at Yarrawonga on the Triangle course, which we ran for many, many years. And they are absolutely crowd pleasers. Yes, they are big. Some are around about 3 to 3.5 tonne, 3,000 horsepower, and capable of a speed around about 180, 190 miles per hour. Not many of them around at the moment here in Australia. In fact, probably this is the only one. But when we're in the United States of America in Detroit, there was 12 of them on the bank, and they wouldn't race because of, well, I thought the water was a little bit choppy, but nothing, too serious. But the turbines wouldn't get out there. They fired up 12 of these V12s on the bank, and the crowd went absolutely berserk to hear these magnificent old machines fire up as Mark Healy just floating out there. Hopefully everything goes A-OK. So to test the boat, Aussie connection. Now, of course, folks, anything over 105 mile an hour, you must have a cell. It did not have a cell. It was an open cockpit for many, many years. But probably in the last 3-4 years, they put a cell in this boat so it can officially race in the big races like the EC Griffiths Cup. And Heels trying to fire the girl up. A lady by the name of Margie Tainton drove this boat to a world water speed record back many, many years ago. Was talking to Margie over at the Moala Water Ski Club probably 12 to 18 months ago, and she was absolutely ecstatic that she got the drive of one of these big thunderboats. Come on, Heels, fire up, son. He's probably saying, come on, let it go. Put the black plume of smoke out of the exhaust. Oh, don't submarine her, son. She's going down. Ah! Good girl, good girl. There she is, folks. You can probably say she's the queen of the waterways. Aussie connection for Mark Healy, Barry Taylor. And she has fired up. As I said, for many, many years, we had a triangle course which took them down past the trees, down towards the northern part of the waterways, where Mark is going now. And it was a great sight to see 5 or 6 of these big monsters out on the lake in big races like, as I said, the Yarrawonga 500 and the EC Griffiths Cup. So Bisho had a lot of problems yesterday, had to replace the motor overnight.
Yeah,
great to see the big girl back out there.
Yeah, that's right, Sammy. I had a chat with Mark Healy, the driver, last night. He didn't know what was wrong with it. It just went pop and stopped. There was oil everywhere, so obviously a problem with that big 27 litre. Just listen to this. Oh, Sammy! I love it! I don't care if it's fast. I don't care. It is awesome. 27 litre supercharged V12 Rolls-Royce Merlin out of a Spitfire aeroplane, ladies and gentlemen. This is Aussie Connection, multiple Griffith Cup winner. And Mark Healy opens it up a little bit down the back chute now. This boat in full race trim, capable of about 180 miles per hour.
Have a look at that water behind it. You're really skiing behind it.
Have a listen to this, folks. Just have a listen to it. Bring it through, Healy. Open the big girl up.
I tell you what, the enemy would hear you coming, wouldn't they?
Mate, I tell you what, if that doesn't stand there up on the back of your neck, go and see your physician this week, because there's something dead set wrong with you. Absolutely beautiful. That's my childhood right there, Sammy. That's, Miss Bud, Solo, Stampede, Aggressor, Aussie Connection, Aussie Endeavour,
Bayswater Bulk,
Aussie Bud for a short time.
Miss Bud.
Wowee. Just fantastic. I'd just come to Yarrawonga just to watch that thing go around. I don't even care.
No. Crowd pleaser, mate.
Yeah, no, we love it, Sammy. I love it. That's so Healy, hopefully it sounds okay. It sounds like it's running all right. That's a new engine, as we said. So, just pulled another 1942 model Rolls-Royce Merlin out of the truck, 27 litre V12 Rolls-Royce. They broke one yesterday. They just plucked another one out of the truck, put it in, and they're back out again today. What a ripping team. So let's hope that the big connection can get some laps in today and be competitive. It looks fantastic, especially with the cockpit on it. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Certainly is.
Well, Sammy, surely won't be too long till we see first race on the water. It's 10 to 11 now, so we want to see some racing, son. We want to get them out on the water and get going. These conditions are absolutely ideal. I want to see some racing, Sam.
Trading since 1973, family-owned dealership Melton Toyota is built on a foundation rich in community spirit. As Toyota Australia's #1 metro dealer for guest experience, our award-winning service provides customers an experience to remember. Locals serving locals. We offer best deals on an extensive range of new, premium used and Toyota certified used cars. Benefit from our express service facility, four-wheel drive specialists, waiting lounge and courtesy transport. Capture the feeling at Melton Toyota, High Street, Melton. Trading since 1973.
Yeah, a lot of work, mate. Going off his head.
Got it? See? One of them.
Salmonella on stick. You can have that.
It's fucking, you didn't hear me on the radio. Where's Kevin? Go and get some water.
Now having a red hot go at this BSBC Cup in heat number 1. The Wasp GP5. Bennington hard on it. And he can try to get away to the 16-17 EC Griffith Cup. Brad Harrison in GP1. Well, good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EC Griffith Cup. My name's Dave Bishop and I'm going to be joined this weekend by the greatest hydroplane commentator in the Southern Hemisphere, Mr. Sammy Smith, a local here at beautiful Yarrawonga.
Different scenarios out there on the water, weather conditions and water-wise, so but that's racing, that's what they've got on the gate.
For those of you live streaming, we've got you on board as well, and as you can see, a little bit overcast, a little bit windy, a little bit choppy today. We're going to see some fantastic racing. Now, I think these conditions at the moment, the drivers will be quite happy with. It's going to be choppy enough just to get the boats up on top of the water and going quick. We've got some of the best hydroplanes in the world, Grand Prix hydroplanes here this weekend, and we've got some of the best blown alcohol displacements and outboard boats here as well racing. We expect racing to kick off in around about 15 to 20 minutes, so get your spot on the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Hook up on the live streaming. If you're on board, jump onto Scotty Lambert's Boris the Boxer or the Australian APBA site or Australian Grand Prix Hydroplane Facebook page as well. The links are all on there for you. Get yourself a cup of coffee, make yourself comfortable, enjoy what we've got here to offer for you today. Looks like a bit of a nasty day out there. It's certainly going to sort the men out from the boys. Stick around, folks, and we hope you enjoy a fantastic day's racing.
But I can assure everyone here that the next Griffith Cup this country sees, there won't be a two-day race. I'll go and get good money and I'll put $100 on it.
Oh mate, that would go around the world time and time and time again, and the Canadians, the Americans, the New Zealanders, you should be absolutely thrilled to see a race like that. Who said you can't have a two-boat war?
Now,
Been a good day's racing. There's a couple of challenges always with the ramps down there, but been some quality stuff in between all the racing.
it has, and let's hope that everybody at home, with Boris the Boxer, Scotty Lambert here, I hope you've all enjoyed the racing and hope you've enjoyed what we've brought to you. And yeah, this is going to be a great final, so Scotty won't miss a minute of the action. Don't worry about it. So stick on board. We hope you've enjoyed it today. Don't forget to get on board tomorrow as well on GP Hydro live streaming. If you're watching it now, you know how to do it. If you're not, then you don't know. So tell your friends if you are watching it, get them on board as well. And we'd love to get everybody on board and get everyone that loves their boat racing watching this fantastic meeting that is the Melton Gold Cup. I don't know how many years it's been running for now, PC, but probably since I was a kid, so a bloody long time.
Long time. We might get the history and bring it out tomorrow and have a bit of a spiel. And of course, working on it, filming away as well, and putting up lots of photos and lots of cool stuff. So lots of social media if you're unable to get around, or even if you just want to relive the moment of Turn It Up or something like that. It's all there to replay tonight when you go home and have a coldie.
That was a massive spin out, wasn't it? We've watched the footage and we reckon he's gone around about 3 times. So that's pretty cool. Some blue balloons up in the air. Is that a Beyond Blue thing, mate, or is that
it's
just
out of the VIP room? So there's the room's beautifully decked out with the Beyond Blue and everything else going on there. So it's all themed up. Here they come. Get ready.
Alrighty, it is final time of the Harrison for 2018 here at the Melton Gold Cup. Brought to you by the Melbourne Runabout and Speedboat Club and Beyond Blue. Here we go. We've got the white flag flying high. Decision, In Excess, Lock and Load, Shenanigans, and Tough Enough F1.
F1's taken the outside Bishop, so I think he's decided that's a pole for him. You might have nominated because I think on the street he was in closer.
Yeah, no, he was outside. Here we go. Flag drop throw racing in the Harrison Cup for 2018. And decision, Brent Lewis gets a cracker. But I tell you what, Ryan Stanley is on it. And he is going to outclaw. He runs deep and wide. He doesn't capitalise on that. So it's Brent Lewis in decision. Back to Pugsley in the shenanigans, and the in excess on the inside, and Clark on the outside.
Brent Lewis in decision, heads down to the top corner down there in good form. Shenanigans chasing hard. In excess up the inside, tunnel boat. Oh, in excess gets in the wash there with the Shenanigans. Looks like lock and loads. No, not a big curve, but it is Brent Lewis in the decision.
The two silver boats there as Ryan Stunnell tries to get round the outside of Chris Pugsley in the Shenanigans. Then it's just Stunnell in the in excess machine, and Lock and Load rounding out the field at the moment.
Up in the top corner of the game, Brent Lewis is doing it well. Ryan Stunnell in the tunnel boat. Looks like he's charging hard with Shenanigans on the inside, trying to force a mistake. Brent Lewis now, yellow flag. Well, let's go, Bishop.
Ryan Stunnell now moves up into second spot in the tunnel boat as he tips it in hard. Pugsley still trying to go after him up the inside. Jeff Stunnell just can't go with him at the moment. The outboard moves up into second spot. I don't think he's going to have enough time, PC, but he's making ground.
Well, you got to be in the win it, and he's trying hard. Look how hard he's tipped it in up there, Bishop. But it looks like it is all Brent Lewis. Decision. Right on the inside. Ryan Stunnell on the outside. What a win.
Decision takes a win back to Ryan Stunnell. He's gone over. He's blown it over after the line. Ryan Stunnell blows the boat over after the line. Let's hope he's okay.
He looks fine in there, Bishop. The cockpit's on.
Oh my God, that was massive as he came out of the throttle. Ryan Stunnell, he climbs out of the cockpit. He ends up the right way up. He's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a big round of applause. Brent Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, I think, what a spectacular day to wrap the day up. Can you please give Brent Lewis a big round of applause, the winner of the Harrison Cup? Up there because it's just been such a tough, hard weekend of racing.
Yeah, here they come now, Big Show 2018, a Melton Gold Cup.
Stand up, ladies and gentlemen, get down to the bank because this is the Melton Gold Cup for 2018. 4 of the best competitors that you will see in Australia. The ones that have lasted the distance, they've made it to the end of Sunday afternoon after a massive weekend of racing. White flag flying high. Who can get it done? Pugsley out of pole. The decision out of 2. The flag drops. So we are racing in the Gold Cup for 2018. Shenanigans gets a good start, but Lewis gets a cracker this time and uses the Bravo horsepower into turn number 1. Hard and fast out of turn 1. In excess runs a little wide. Zenith has a good run out of turn number 1 as well. But the Shenanigans up the inside, PC.
Last decision now, leading away the extra horsepower. The Shenanigans up the inside with Chris Pugsley. They run into each other almost as they come out now down the front straight again. Brent Lewis gets the horsepower down beautifully there. Now Pugsley's got to try to pull him back. They head down into flat number 2.
Lewis enjoying the top corner, he gets round. Now we're looking for Pugsley to try and make up some ground on the inside. In excess goes to the inside now, but the blind boat starting to stretch its legs up the back chute now in the 2018 Melton Gold Cup.
They hit the front straight now. Brent Lewis in the decision. We'll see. Oh! Brent's getting all out of shape. He's excited. He sees
Shenanigans as well.
Get loose.
Okay, Lewis now down into the bottom. Turn number 1 for the final time. Can Pugsley do anything here? In excess is having a look at him. But Ryan Stunnell now. It's Jeff Stunnell, I should say, is having a go at him. But a decision all the way up into turn number 2 for the final time. And ladies and gentlemen, he just needs to negotiate the final turn and get the power down. The winner of the 2018 Melton Gold Cup, Brent Lewis in decision.
Here comes Shenanigans now, second place, Chris Pugsley, third place, In excess, and rounding out the field, Tatey in the Zenith, ladies and gentlemen, what a race. 2018 winner, the Melton Gold Cup, Brent Lewis in decision.
Unbelievable stuff. He did not let the same mistake happen twice. He got that thing off the line. All right, Sammy, just getting word now. We do apologise for the delay, everybody. You're probably standing there wondering what is going on, probably just waiting for the wind to come up, Sam. But unfortunately, mate, they've had a bit of a disaster in the pits.
A big disaster, mate. A big disaster.
Some of the fuel that's been delivered, obviously the organisers supply the alcohol fuel for the alcohol boats, and a whole bunch of the drums are actually contaminated, which is an absolute nightmare. There is drums here that are okay, so they're just rejigging the schedule now to try and use the drums that are okay, get some boats on the water. We are going to put the 85 boats on the water very soon, but it's just throwing the whole pits and the whole program into absolute chaos, Sammy. So we just thought we'd let the fans on the bank know that that's why the delay, and that is what is happening out there at the moment. So do apologise for that, but I guess
we weren't waiting for the wind to come up, mate.
It is starting. There's a little bit of a breeze coming through now, Sammy. So that is unfortunately the situation at the moment, folks, but we are going to see 85-mile-an-hour boats heading out onto the course fairly soon, Sammy. So we do apologise for that. You and I want to see some boat racing too, Sam.
Oh, we certainly do. And they had they called all the drivers together, all of them, and had another meeting, Bisho, I believe, up there in the pits. Or we saw them up in the pits. And yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Contamination and a lot of the blown boats that take the methanol, they would have to drain their tanks.
Yeah,
and,
that's the problem, mate.
Yeah.
And if they use that fuel, they'll blow engines up left, right and centre. So it can't be done. Like you say, so they're going to obviously need to drain their tanks, put fresh stuff in, get them running. So it's going to be a massive hold up and a delay, unfortunately. But we do have boats that can race, so we'll get those boats onto the water, Sammy. And so everybody on GP Hydro live streaming, bear with us, and everybody here at the site. Well, the reality is, Sam, where else would you want to be anyway?
Well, we've got a big crowd here, mate, an enormous crowd, and we thank you very much for being very patient with it. As I said, it wasn't, we're waiting for the wind to, to pick up. That was an unfortunate one that they've discovered in the pit area this morning. And, so all in all, hopefully we can, use those drums that are not contaminated, get them through today, hopefully, with of course, the big race, the Griffiths Cup. And, we can sort that out maybe overnight and get fresh stuff in tomorrow. But we do apologise.
I believe new drums have already left or are leaving, but they're probably not going to get here till this afternoon.
No.
So that's what they're going to do. So Sam, we'll take a bit of a break, and not much more we can tell the folks at the moment. But we will be out racing with the 85-mile-an-hour category fairly soon. So we're looking forward to that one, Sammy.
We certainly are.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just getting our course boats onto the course. We can see the Dun Racing boat there. That's our start boat, Phil Kelly, doing driving duties there, and we're going to put an 85-mile-an-hour bracket racing class on the water. The boats that we're going to be looking for will be the old Silver Fox, Bobby Reed in the Freedom, the Ricochet with Bruce Matthews, Simon Kerwood in the 42, Danny Cook in the Pepperoni Playboy, and Hydrolust with Paul Jones. They're the boats we're looking for in this one, Sammy. This is the 2021 EC Griffith Cup, brought to you by the Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism and Business. Sammy, welcome back into the commentary box.
And
son.
the Mulwala Water Ski Club, our big sponsor, mate. We were last night enjoying a quite few. Yep, this is water at its best, mate. It's probably too good a water.
That's like having too much money or too much horsepower, Sam. There's no such thing. So, very excited to get some boats onto the water. It's a real shame with the fuel situation over there in the pitch. There's a few people that are absolutely shattered about that. But anyway, it is what it is, and we can't do anything other than what we're already doing about it. So Phil Kelly's obviously just running the course here, although he went the inside of the turn, boys, so I hope he's not racing. That'll be actually, just thinking about it, that'll be the run that he will take. So he will actually run up the inside of the turn, boys, to start the boat. He'll bring them down to this checkered buoy that's right in front of our commentary position here, Sam, and that's where the white flag on the start boat will drop. He'll have a line-up of boats to his starboard side or his right-hand side, the bank side. Drop the flag and they'll be racing. So boats are just about all in the water. The only one I can't see at the moment, Hydrolust, because that's up in the hydro pit, so we'll try and pick up on that for you. But should be an interesting little race, this one, in this 85-mile-an-hour category. We're pretty excited to see these guys on the water because they always supply really interesting racing. The boats have all got GPSs in them, and the GPSs have a recall. So after the race, the GPSs get brought back, given to the officials. And if the boat's gone over 85, Sammy, you're out.
Disqualification, mate. Yep.
So we just call them as we see them on the track, but of course you always need to check the official results after the event because you never know who's going to get scrubbed out of these ones. Massive thank you to Yarrawonga Mulwala Sun Country on the Murray, Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism, and as you said as well, mate, the Mulwala Ski Club. Thank you so much. I think Pete Duncan's floating around in the crowd somewhere, so fantastic to have Pete. He's helped us out heaps over the years with ski racing and boat racing and all the things that they do. So good on you guys, Ski Club. I'll be there again tonight. No questions, Samuel.
No questions asked, mate. Yep. It's a ritual, isn't it?
Ritual, mate. Tradition. Call it what you want. It's hey, Sustainable Solar and Plumbing, one of our wonderful sponsors here this weekend as well. They're down there in Cheltenham, mate. You can give them a call on 0409 215 027. Check them out on page 4 of your program. If you haven't got your program, there's a couple of areas where you can get them. There's a couple of tents around where you can grab the program. It's a great little program, Sammy, very nicely produced, and all the sponsors are in there as well. So we like people to support the sponsors that support us. It all makes the merry go round. Get you, but that's why I'm the commentator, mate, because I'm really good at stringing words together, clearly not. Are you okay with that chair, Nicole? Nicole's trying to set a chair up next to us here, Sammy, and it looks very complex. I don't know. She's about as good at setting up chairs as I am at stringing sentences together. So well done, kid. Someone's fishing too. Is someone fishing? Wonder if they'll catch a fish today, Sammy.
Well, I see a carp go out there before, mate. Big carp. Yeah, there'll be plenty of fish in the lake. There's no two ways about that. Also, folks, there's plenty available to you on the shores of the Yarrawonga foreshore. There's plenty of entertainment. Do go along and support the people on the shores. And I've been told too that the Addicted Racing team, Lindsay, Michael Johnson, Flexi Strut, they have some magnificent T-shirts. They've got stubby holders. They are available just to the left of our broadcasting point, Bisho. So just there where the big blue marquees are up. So if you're wanting to really support the Addicted team, do go along and have a look at that variety of apparel that they have for sale here this weekend.
Boats heading out onto the water now, Sammy, as we have a look at them down the back chute. So we've got a nice mixture of inboards and outboards in this one, and that's the beautiful thing about this category, mate, is the 85-mile-an-hour class. You can just mix whatever. You can have hydros, displacement, outboard monos. You could even have outboard tunnels out there. We haven't got any out there in this particular one, but it doesn't matter what boat you bring. You can run what you bring, and it's always good racing with these boys. So just having a look now at the boats we got on the track there. Bobby Reid, the old Silver Fox in the Freedom, the 4.2 litre displacement boat. The Ricochet with Bruce Matthews. 42, Simon Kerwood. The Pepperoni Playboy with Daniel Cook. He's the dark coloured bullet boat down the back there. And we're also looking for Hydrolust. Paul Jones in the little hydro, which I think is maybe coming out. Just can't quite pick it up from our commentary point now. He may or may not. Yeah, here comes Hydrolust as well. So that's a little red hydroplane coming from the outside. So these guys will go through. They've do their warm-up lap, and then we'll get a nice line-up. Start boat will pick them up, and we'll be racing, Sammy.
Yeah, we certainly will. Well, there we are. They're all on the water, folks. Hydrolust, Paul Jones, the hydroplane on the outside. As the drone goes up there, Bishop, that'll be a great sight to see on the live streaming, of course, of Boris the Boxer.
Yeah, GP Hydro live streaming. We're also live to YouTube and also on Bisho Media. So if you've got friends at home, give them the word, tune in, and we're going to be live streaming for 2 days. Fantastic boat racing, and hopefully this fuel situation gets sorted out and the big boys can come out and show us what they're made of. But at the moment we've got 85 mile an hour category on the water, and a big thank you to the Yarrawonga Moala Visitor Information Centre, and of course Sun Country on the Murray, Moala. Fantastic place to visit. BM Civil Engineers, one of our wonderful sponsors here as well, along with the boys at Yarrawonga Marine. What a ripper bunch of blokes and boys here at Yarrawonga Marine.
The shop is very, 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 very much into boat racing. So do go along, as Bisho said, support the people that really look after us in a big way.
Phil Kelly in the Dun Race and Start boat will pick up this field now. The fleet, he'll take them down the back straight away. Down through the bottom turn, the bridge end turn here at this magnificent Yarrawonga Moala course. If you're watching from at home or overseas or wherever you are, this is Lake Moala on the border of Victoria and New South Wales in Australia, and we're bringing you the 2021 EC Griffith Cup. We're pretty excited to be here, Sammy. First race getting on the water a little bit late, unfortunately. Getting plenty of messages from people asking what's going on. We'll listen to the live stream if you want to know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, the start boat will pick them up very, very shortly, Bisho. So,
white flag's up, Sam.
Yep. So we're not too far away from a start. Race one, folks.
So Phil Kelly, he'll run the inside line along the course. Now, I think they're going to start him down the front straight, Sam, but I haven't had that confirmed, so we'll just keep an eye on the white flag. He may let him go down the back chute as well. I'm not really sure. White flag is up on that beautiful Ski-Craft 2000 XL, the Dun Race and Start boat. We've got the Hydrolust on the far outside. Bobby Reid, he's right up on the start boat. A few of these boys want to get a little bit of a hurry up. Get up alongside, because you don't want to be going around the outside of the corner there. Daddy Cook's all over it. He runs down the outside. He's right up alongside the start boat. Taught him everything he knows, of course. Never be behind the start boat. Simon Kerwood, he's moving up into position now. This is going to be a nice start, I think, Sammy. So it's Freedom on pole, Ricochet out of 242, Pepperoni Playboy and Hydrolust. Hydrolust is going to be left wanting at the start here, I think. Bobby Reid looks like he's right on the money there. White flag, and goes the call. We're away, Sammy.
We're away, a good start to 42, got left there. Hydrolust over on the outside is starting to go hard. Bisho butters the Silver Fox. Bobby Reid, is he going to lead them into turn one?
That's a wide sweep there for the Hydrolust. He got a not a great start, but plenty of pace up on the line as he comes through. Now he's making up some ground as he slides through the outside. So it's Bob Reid in the Freedom back to Ricochet. Then it's the Pepperoni Playboy with Daniel Cook. Hydrolust actually just pokes his nose in front of Cookie. Now Cookie having a little bit of a go. But I tell you what, the Ricochet's got plenty of pace down the back straightaway, Sammy, as they fire into turn number 2 for the first time.
Yeah, well, Bobby Reid, he's not back there in second placing, Bisho, and Jonesy around the outside. Hydrolust, He's trying to stay with him as well. And Pepperoni Playboy also. So it's a line nearly odd 4.
Great effort there. So the Ricochet just in front by about 3 boat lengths. Back to the Freedom. Then it's Hydroplane, Pepperoni Playboy, and Simon Kerwood left wanting a little bit down into the bottom turn. But this is an enthralling battle as they go up into turn number 1 for the second time, Sammy.
They certainly are. Side by side, there's nothing between them as they wheel their way up towards that bottom corner once again. Bobby Reid the inside. Can he hold on to that Ricochet alongside him now over to the outside? Jonesy's taken the big wide arc there in Hydrolust as they wheel down the back straightaway, and Pepperoni is trying to stay with him as well, Bichot.
Oh, Daniel Cook taking some big hits in that little 16-foot bullet there. This is tough water for him now in the outboard boat, but he's doing an awesome job. But it's all the Ricochet down into turn number 2 for the second time now. The bridge end turn, this beautiful Lake Mulwala Yarrawonga course. Ricochet now hard on the calves. Bobby Reid can't make up the pace. The Hydrolust hard round the outside. This is a nice sweep for the...
Yellow flag is out, mate. 1 to go. That's Ricochet. Brucey doing it well. Jonesy on the outside. Hydrolust. Bobby Reid. Freedom the inside. They've got away from Pepperoni Playboy here. Back through the field in 42. But last lap coming up. And the corner down at the bottom end of the circuit. Bichot, can Bobby Reid make up this round?
Bobby Reid's going to struggle, I think, Sammy. I think the only boat that's really having a real look is potentially Jonesy in the Hydrolust, but it's all Ricochet at the moment. So Bruce Matthews doing a beautiful job in that little Everingham as he fires down the back chute for the final time. Oh, he stopped, Sammy! Drama!
Bobby Reid!
Bobby Reid! Oh, Hydrolust has stopped as well! Oh, my God! You've called it! You put the commentator's curse on him, Sammy!
Fair dinkum, race number 1, and we've put the curse on already.
Daniel Cook up into second place. He inherits that. He says, thank you very much. I'll take that. Hydrolust gets going again. Ricochet stop. The Silver Fox adds trophy number 826 to the trophy cabinet, Sammy.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Bobby Reid, the Silver Fox into first place. The Pepperoni Playboy, Danny Cook into second place. And Paul Jones in the Hydrolust. He'll be absolutely biting the dashboard after that one, Sam. Disappointing, but a third place. And it looks as though the Ricochet got up and going, but what a shame. Led the whole race and comes through out of podium position. OVER. Park it up. Poor old Simon Kerwood, he is struggling to hang on to that 42 boat down the back chute. He's got all sorts of drama there. Well off the pace, unfortunately for him. And that boat looking very, very nosy indeed. Might have to go and have a chat with him later. Simon trying to get that boat settled down, but it's just not doing what he wants it to do at the moment. It's a Patriot hull. It's actually a flop of an American Allison hull. Fantastic boat. But at the moment does look like it's handling the way he needs it to be handling, particularly in these conditions here at Yarrawonga. Looks very, very nosy indeed. He'll come through and pick up 5th spot. So black flag will come out, Sammy. I don't know if Ricochet thinks he's still racing. He looks like he's at race pace to me. So put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Bobby Reid in the Freedom. Ricochet might get a little talking to there, I think, after that one. Full pace lap after the checkered. Hydrolust back in the pits. Second place, Danny Cook doing it for the outboards of Pepperoni Playboy. Looks like he's having fun out there already, Sammy. Beautifully turned out boat. He's done an awesome job with that boat. Daniel's a marine engineer by trade, and he built that boat himself. He's done all the work himself, and it's beautifully turned out. Absolute credit to him. Big thank you to Kavanagh Auto Parts for their fantastic support of that particular race. And they're at 344 Darebin Road in Alphington. Get on board. You can contact them on 9490-2699. Check out their ad on page 6 of your program. That's Kavanagh Auto Parts as Simon David Kerwood brings the 42 boat home. And that boat Looks a bit nosy for my liking, Sam. He needs to get that sorted out, I feel. Sammy, that was great racing. 85s, they always produce nice, close, tight racing, don't they? It's fantastic. The next race that we're looking for is going to be some more close, tight racing, our 1.6 litre hydroplanes.
Yeah, the Oz Lights, as we call them, Bishop, coming out of pole 1, HBR. Brad Holland, coming out of pole 2, the Melton Toyota 86, which is, of course, the Harrison Motor Group boat. But I believe, well, it's got Grant. We did have Paul Cunningham, but to drive it, but
we got I got Harrow down listed there. We might get confirmation on that because we did have PC down to drive that boat all weekend because Grant's obviously in the big boat. But Grant might be jumping. We'll get one of the crew members to confirm who's driving it for us, mate. You know what? They're both EC Griffith Cup winners, so it doesn't matter who drives it. It'll be fast. Other boat that we're looking for, beautiful Jasmine Frankovic.
Yep.
Just
met
her,
pole 3.
I just met her new boyfriend. He seems like a lovely fella, and I just said to him, if you need any support, mate, I'm here for you.
Love is in the air.
Yeah, love is in the air. Gary Coombs in the play, and again, times are tough with Paul Norris and Ryan Dewey Nichols, who has signed my boobs this morning.
Yes, 15.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go, Sammy. That's a good look, isn't it? Early on a Saturday morning. It's actually not. It's nearly lunchtime.
Yeah, and out of 5, times are tough. Froggy Norris.
The Frogster. So times are tough, things are hard. Here's your Christmas card. That boat looked good yesterday. There's still, it's got McCancher's engine in it.
Okay.
And there's about 27 in tuning that boat, and they've all got their own ideas on what should be happening. So God knows what'll happen there. But let's hope he goes well because he's had not a run of good luck. So let's hope they can get this times a tough boat up and about and having a good run. So I can hear the swarm of wasps coming. Our 1.6 litre, the 4AEG Toyota twin cam engines all fire up.
Should be Brad Holland, I think, mate.
It is. Yeah, Bradley Hollands. Everybody knows yellow boats go faster. The orange boat there, mate, the boat we were just talking about. The times are tough with Froggy Norris. He's a good boy. Local Yarrawonga boy.
Yep, Froggy Norris. There's the Melton Toyota 86. We believe that Grant Harrison is in that boat and not Paul.
I should get paid extra, Sam, for the work I do.
Double.
So, all right. So we got 1.6s out on the water. We got Ryan Dewey Nichols out there as well. They've come out of the other pits, and of course Gary Coombs, the two little older shovel nose open cockpit boats, both red. They both look exactly the same. So that's going to be perfect for you and I, Sam. We love it when the boats look identical on the water, don't we?
We certainly do. And I think Jasmine is out there also. So all boats on the water, Bishop.
I was actually chatting, mate, with Lance Heath, who's the engine tuner for both the HBR boats. And they found an extra 3 mile an hour out of that boat a couple of weeks ago just with a little bit of tune on the Motec fuel injection. So they're really happy with how that boat's going. We've got Harrison in the 86, Scroggy Norris in the Times Are Tough. That boat's sounding good.
Yep.
This is Gary Coombs.
Yep.
And my man, Mr. Ryan Dewey Nichols. Jesus to his friends, why is he coming off the plane?
Oh, no.
What's happening here? I'm not impressed with this. This is not good. That's Dewey Nichols. That's a new engine in that boat too. So that's not what we like to see from the great man.
And Jasmine over here too. She's might be in a little bit of trouble, no direction.
I can't see Jazzy out there. She stopped. She stopped over the back as well. Seagulls are pretty excited about it. Sammy? Nicole feels at home. It's just like Frankston Pier, isn't it, mate? Just like Frankston Pier. Seagulls trying to eat your chips. So red flag's out, mate. We're probably going to have to tow a couple of boats off the course. So we'll get that tidied up. I'll tell you where I'm going for dinner tonight, Sammy. I'm going to head to Papala's Lakeside Restaurant. I'm going to have one of those pizzas you spoke of earlier.
Yeah, we had one last night, mate, at the lot. But we didn't have the olives, we didn't have the shrimp, and we didn't have something else on it, but beautiful. Absolutely.
Geez, you're fussy.
Oh.
You're getting fussy in your old age,
Oh,
mate.
yeah.
You're not bad. You'd have a standing order over there, wouldn't you? Hey, one of the legends of Yarrawonga just roll in.
Someone said to me, you come here every night, don't you?
Yeah.
And I said, no.
You've got someone that like throws rose petals in front of your feet when you walk in, do you? I would have thought so.
Great place, great place.
It is good, mate. So I'll be over there tonight, and I suggest everybody else get over to the Mulwala Water Ski Club. The other thing too, that the boat that's in the foyer at the moment, it's an 18 SO Haynes Hunter, and it's actually the boat that towed Glenn Thurlow to the first 200 feet jump at Moomba on the Yarra. I think it was 1985, but don't quote me on that one. It was mid-80s, and that's the boat that towed him. Brett Thurley actually bought the boat and gave it to Glenn, which is a very nice gesture. They restored the boat back to its original livery and looks fantastic. I've actually owned a few of those boats. I've still got one now, and they're a great boat. We love it.
Yeah, look very good when we walked in through the foyer there, in the doors.
One of our drivers has just rolled into the commentary box, so you always get interviewed when you come into the commentary box, Cookie. Mate, no, you didn't. I'm much more important than her. Now, mate, how was that? It was a bit bumpy out there, and then you got gifted a second place at the end.
Yeah, it was my first time racing against inboards, and I saw two stop at the same time. I thought it was a red flag, but it was just them breaking down, so I win again.
They got going again, mate. Actually, you held your own pretty good there for a while, but obviously got pretty bumpy there after that.
Yeah, they take different lines to us outboards, so I'm not used to it, but try and hang on for the next one and get up there a bit more.
Boat all right, mate?
Yeah, perfect. Running mint, 82.9. I think that's pretty good for 85 mile an hour class. So
he's talking numbers, folks. We like it. Good luck, Danny.
Thanks, mate.
The pepperoni playboy might have a pepperoni pizza tonight, maybe over at Paris. So that sounds like a bit of fun, mate. Great little boat and going beautifully out there. And it's great when we put the inboards and the outboards together. And just what Daniel said about that, Sammy, too. You know, you got different lines and different approaches to what you do with your racing. You know, you even the waves that the inboards leave are different to the waves that the outboards leave. So it makes it really interesting. And hydros as well.
Well, it goes on, doesn't it? Like Craig Bailey and the late Johnny Cross. You know, they had great battles.
Yeah,
you know, outboard and a bad boat. So it is good. It's good for the spectators. You know, it's like the UC Griffiths Cup. Probably 2/3 of us barrack for an underdog. You know.
Oh yeah, well of course you do. Yeah, and look, you know, there's this fantastic friendly rivalry within powerboat racing between the outboard guys and the inboard guys, and there's always, you know, all the outboard boys are cheering for a Bailey, and all the inboard guys are cheering for a Johnny Cross or a Chris Palmer, or whoever it might be on the day, and it's great rivalry, and it keeps the sport alive. And don't worry, there's plenty of banter on the social media about it as well.
And after.
At the Mulwala Ski Club tonight, no doubt.
Yep, well, I think we've got the white flag up, mate, so we're about to go racing.
All right, 1.6 litre hydros. Dewey's being towed into the middle of the course. Don't know what, can you pick up where Jasmine is, mate? I'm not sure whether they've just dragged her into the centre or whether she's got up and going. Anyway, we've got a white flag up and we're going to bring them down. We'll pick them up as they come through the start for you. So, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, Jasmine towed in the middle as well. So that's a shame. Two of the little shovel noses failing to proceed, which is a real shame. Actually, Jazzy and Dewey have some great battles in this class, so maybe Dewey's obviously just gone out in sympathy,
Yeah.
being a gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, if Jazzy can't go, I won't go either, so good on you. That's what Jesus does, isn't it? Make sacrifices.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't do any signatures out there, mate, while he's out.
There's no boobs out there to sign, mate, no.
Oh, Jasmine's there.
Oh, politically incorrect. All right, anyway, we're up and about. Done racing. Just coming down through. Have a look at Froggy Norris. Now, he's a local here. He's running hard. Oh, what's gone on here? He might have... Has he got excited and had to back out of it, I reckon? He has. He was running that wide line, maintaining momentum, but the problem is he knew he was going too quick and he had to back out of it. But it's a nice line-up. Brad Hollands is going to get jumped here because he's off the pace. Let's see what they do. Norris pushing forward. They've hung on to him for a while, just trying to get a good line. Oh, have a look at the acceleration from the 86. That's got plenty as Harrison fires away. Leaves the rest of the field in his wash. Sammy, that 86 boat looks like it's on nitrous or something.
Methanol or something, get it by golly, he got a flyer out of the chute. Froggy Norris tried to go with him, but around there, and HBR, have a look at him up on the inside. Young Brad Holland, he's trying to go with him as well down the back straight away, and they're side by side, the two of them, mate.
He's a new father, Brad Hollands. He's loving this. He's up and away. His brother racing in the 6-litre hydro this weekend. But Harrison now has a bit of a go down the back straight away. Gee, I'll tell you what, this HBR boat's got a little bit of pace, though. And this inside line's going to help him as he comes down into the bridge end turn. Skid fins showing up plenty of water as these little 1.6-litre Toyota engines really having a go here now. Harrison closes him in tight. But I'll tell you what, HBR does a great job now. Harrison runs a bit wide. And on the exit of the turn, HBR loses a bit of ground, Sammy.
Well, it's a race in two. Hello leading the field from Holland in second placing. But the third though, Froggy over on the outside, Norris times are tough, and Coombsy on the inside. They're having their own little battle, Bicho.
Coombsy doing a great job in the little shovel nose there at the moment. The times are tough on the outside. Absolutely revelling in these beautiful conditions here in his hometown in Yarrawonga is Froggy Norris as they head up into turn number 1 for the second time. But it's Harrison now starting to make a little bit of a break down the back straight away. And Brad Hollands is just watching him get driven away from at the moment. Just not quite the pace out of that HBR boat that he needs.
No, he certainly isn't. And the other two, as I said, Gary Coombs over on the inside, on the outside, Froggy Norris. They are side by side, 3 and 4. Who wants the silver spoon for at the back of the field? Well, they both hammer and tug at one another as the race leader comes into front straight away. Unfortunately, Brad Holland is out, mate. So he's all Toyota 86.
Gee, I tell you what, the most reliable category in powerboat racing. We've lost 3 boats already. This is unbelievable. So that's a shame there for Brad as the hatch comes open. Have a look at Coombsy on the inside here. Him and Norris having an absolute ding-dong battle here, Sammy.
They are having a ding-dong battle. Gary Coombs in the shovel nose over on the inside. The newer sort of boat on the outside. Times are tough. Froggy is trying to stay with him as Harrow goes out of the chute. Bisho down the back straight away for... Don't know whether the yellow flag has gone out at the ready yet, but it should be this time round.
So it is all Harrison down the back chute now, the 86, the might of the GP1 team behind him as he fires away down the back straight. And that'll be a nice, easy one for him as he backs it down a little bit. But the real battle, Sammy, going on for second and third at the moment. I tell you what, Froggy Norris, he'd be pretty excited to put this boat up into podium position, which he's going to do regardless as long as he gets to the end.
Well, he certainly is, but he'll want that second spot. I reckon he's starting to come back at Coombsy as the race leader comes in front straight away. Yellow flag out, Bisho. Melton Toyota. Grant Harrison from the Harrison Motor Group doing it well out in front at the moment with HBR unfortunately failing to keep going. But this dice, as you said, Bisho going on. Gary Coombs over on the inside. On the outside is Froggy Norris, and they are going hammer and tong at one another. 1 lap to go.
Coombsy working hard on the inside and doing an awesome job in the little old cab-over boat. 1970s technology in this particular boat, but he's doing an amazing job to hold out Froggy Norris there in the times are tough. Times are tough, things are hard, Sammy. Here's your Christmas card, son.
I certainly are. Well, Gary Coombs in playing again. The shovel nose just in advance of Froggy Norris. Can he come back? But meantime, the race leader to the bridge corner the last time, Bisho, and he is doing it ever so easily, Grant Harrison, as he comes round, lines up the centre. Now he'll take the lead out boy at the top end of the circuit. Homeward bound at another checkered flag for him, Bisho.
Yeah, another win to the list for Harrow, and the beautiful drive as always. This boat absolutely faultless all the time. Put your hands together for Grant Harrison in the Toyota 86 Melton Toyota entry. I tell you what, this has been a storming drive. You want to put your hands together for this kid, Gary Coombsy. Coombsy's an absolute superstar, running the 1970s technology, but he's going to sneak up into a second place here. Norris coming hard at him, but I don't think he's going to have enough. So it's Coombsy in second place, and times are tough with Paul Froggy Norris into third place.
He'll be pretty happy with that, Froggy.
Absolutely, podium position for him, so great stuff. Next race on the card, Tammy's our 105s, and the boats that we'll be looking for will be my old commentary buddy, Stevie Rumble, in the Cut Cat Racing Breakout with Jim Mullins, Brett Nidry in the B&R Engines, Haymaker with Angus Vivers, and Melissa McCange in the Gator in this one. So looking forward to this one, Sammy.
Cinto over at the Moala Water Ski Club last night. I said, what happened to Cut Cat Racing yesterday? He said, no, we're right, we're okay, we're all good. He didn't want to come out. Today's the day, today and tomorrow.
Today's when he wants to race, Stevie Rumble. He's an absolute ripper. I tell you what, I love it when he wins stuff because his acceptance speeches go for about 3/4 of an hour.
Yeah.
And he's an absolute ripper. He actually helped me commentate down at Paynesville, and we need more of that. He's a ripper. So once he retires from driving, I think him and I and you can sit up here in the commentary box and he can give us a bit of a break, Sammy.
Certainly, yep. So, as we said, race number 3, heat 1 of the 105. Coming out of pole position, number 1, Cut Cat Racing, Stevie Rumble. Coming out of pole 2 is Jimmy Mullins, Breakout. Pole 3 is Brett Nidry in the B&R Engines. Pole 4, my good friend from right up nearly on the Queensland border between Glen Innes and Inverell, Haymaker, Gussie, Angus Vivers. He will come out of 4. Don't forget, folks, there's plenty available to you on the shores. Do have a look. There's a market going on. There's amusements for the kiddies. Plenty available there for you. And don't forget those addicted T-shirts, stubby holders. There's lots of wonderful goodies, courtesy of course, the Johnson Racing Team and Flexi Strut. So do go along. They're right alongside the broadcasting point near the blue gazebos that are up. So go and have a look at those. Please buy, support the crews, because that money goes back into keeping them racing around the length and breadth of our country. So there's plenty for you to see and do, folks. Mum and Dad, Granddad, Grandmum, all available right here on day 1 and day 2 of the EC Griffiths Cup meet. Okay, Bisho 105's coming out under the water. So this should be pretty exciting. Field of 105. Be interested to see Brett Nedry and the B&R Engines boat coming off pole with number 3. Jimmy coming out of 2. Cat Racing, Stevie Rumble out of 1. Haymaker. Angus Gus Fevers from way up Glen Innes Inverell will number 4.
I love these bracket class races, Sammy, because they're so tight and so close. And, this is and the open cockpit boats get run, and that's what's good. It's brought a lot of boats out that, when the cell rule came in, the safety cockpit rule came in, a lot of these boats thought they were just going to be parked in the shed and creating dust. And I tell you what, it is a credit to the APBA that they've actually, taken some initiative and brought these categories in. It's actually probably stemmed from ski racing, to be honest, Sammy, as, ski racing had their 60-mile-an-hour class, which absolutely went gangbusters in ski racing, getting people into the sport. It's then flowed into powerboat racing because of the cockpit rule. And look at that, mate. The drone heading up. So we're going to get some absolutely fantastic shots from Airspace Media as the drone goes up into the air now. So we might see some great shots there from Andrew at Airspace Media. Good on you, mate. He's a legend.
Yep, certainly is. White flag is up, Bisho, so all boats on the water. 105. Tell you what, 105, it's still a pretty fast, competitive field, isn't it? 105 mile an hour.
Oh, it's quick, mate. It's 170 k's an hour.
Yep.
It's no mucking round. So these boys all have a bit of a go. Stevie Rumble on pole there, out of 2 is Breakout. Then we got B&R.
We've got the Gator out there.
Then it's Haymaker and the Gator.
So that's Melissa McCanch in the Gator.
Got the pink stripe on, mate.
Yep.
Signifying a bit of chick power in the cockpit there.
Okay, 5 starters. The Gator over on the outside. Haymaker in 4. B&R Engines, Brett Nedry in 3. Breakout, Jimmy Mullins 2. Cat the Rumble.
Oh, I love him.
I love him.
Stevie Rumble, he'll be hard to beat in this one.
He'll be smiling.
Oh, he's always smiling. He's loving it. He'd just be happy to be here. He's an absolute ripper bloke. We love him. Brett Nedry, of course, engine builder to the stars out there as well, mate. Put someone else's engine in this boat for its first race, and surprise, surprise, it crapped itself. I said, really, Brett? Really? You put someone else's engine in your boat when you're the engine builder for most of the boats that are out there?
Probably didn't have enough time, mate. He's building, these big blocks. And
yeah, I know. Really, what's he thinking, though? Sometimes, these kids, I don't know. So he's a ripper, Bretty. It's the only capsule boat out there. Oh, sorry, no, that and the Gator, of course, the only capsule displacement boat. So this is going to be a good one, mate. And here